Do you approve the last round? Huh? I told him. Shall
Uh,
value it on people.
okay.
Bismillah. Rako, Bismillah.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Muhammad Azam, and I am a fourth year medical student at the Khyber Medical
Walaikum
College.
assalam. I think that's what you said, but you're mute, bro. I think you said
Oh,
assalamu alaikum, but you're mute, so I can't hear you.
Okay,
So things telepathically these days.
okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Muhammad Azam, and I am a fourth year medical student at the Khyber Medical College, and I have a very special guest today, Dr. Khubaib. He is a graduate of Ayub Medical College and currently preparing for his exams. We would like to have a conversation with him about his medical life, about things he learned, about his journey, about friendships, about art, about his personality type, and things that we can benefit from. Assalamu alaikum, Khubaib, and thank you so much for being here.
Walaikum assalam. Awesome. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm glad to be here, bro.
Yeah. Starting off, tell us a little bit about your early school life and college.
Right. Well, as you introduced me, I graduated from UP Medical College. I think it's one of the best places to. I mean, I might be biased, but I have heard this from graduates of other schools too. So I think I stand at a point where I can say that um, having your university life, like studying there, it's just another whole experience. The weather, the institute, everything is just really beautiful.
Yeah, what was the most special part about it?
I think it's not one thing that makes everything special, but it's just the multitude of things that happen over those 6, 7 years of our life. It's just everything, just, it's not one thing that I'll put my finger on. It's just everything. Everything about that place just holds a lot of value for me.
Hmm. And looking back, uh, when you were in the first year, right? And then you were in the final year, what changed you? What basically changed in you as a person? What were some of the things that changed in you?
I feel like in our batch, the batch of 2022 or 23, because of COVID, we're not sure whether we should call ourselves the batch of 22 or 23. So let's just keep it at that. So our batch, it saw a lot of changes in Ayub. I mean, you've been there, right? Quite a couple of times. So in first year, there used to be a cafe called. There were two cafes. One was in the college itself, and one was called Sheralam Cafe. That was with the hostel, right? That was something that used to happen. Then every
Yeah.
summer there used to be floods in the hostel, which we used to hate a lot. But it had its own element in the hostel life. Then there were a lot of teachers that people used to hate on. I'm not going to say any names because I'm a teacher now myself, so I know how it feels when students hate you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I never hated anybody, but I was afraid of quite a lot of people. So that happened. And the moment we would graduate from year one or year two, they would retire too. So we saw a lot of changes happen um, in means of like infrastructure, the faculty being changed, rules being changed. We broke a few rules ourselves, not a few, quite a lot, but yeah,
What
there were a
rules?
lot of changes.
We would like
Uh,
to know about the rules as well.
Sorry?
What rules did you guys break?
I mean, we didn't break rules, but we did protest a few times. I would say a few times because it was not a lot. I mean, there was this protest in final year where the administration was not letting us do our activity week. So what we did was we had this protest, and we were in our college or university, I mean, the academic building till 4 a.m. in the morning. And they had
Mhm,
like turned all the lights off for us. So we used that as an opportunity to play hide and seek in the academic block. And it was quite fun, honestly. It was the 10
mhm,
of us, and we couldn't see anything at night. We took that opportunity to play hide and seek in the academic block while we were protesting, of course.
mhm. That makes sense. Also, what are some of the things that in your medical school you did out of medicine?
I think I didn't do much in medicine. I did a lot of things outside of medicine.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, even on CV and off CV, if you look at it right now, sometimes I fish out my CV and I feel kind of embarrassed because it feels like an art CV more than a medical student CV. So we didn't miss. Well, I had my best friend with me. We used to not miss any of the declamation contest, art contests, or anything at all. Trips. We used to go all out for all of these things.
Yeah, but then again, do you kind of feel like you missed out on the medicine part and you focused on the arts part or the, extra curriculars more? Do you kind of feel some
No, I
regret
mean
now?
personally myself, I did study quite a lot. I mean, I might not have done that in first year or much of second year, but after first year and second year especially, I used to study quite a lot.
Mhm.
I used to spend less time in classes, but I used to study all things by myself in the library, and I would sit with my friends in break when they used to come out of classes. Of course, my attendance was owed to them. They would mark in my proxies all through the year, and I would get angry at them when they wouldn't mark my proxies.
Yeah,
So I didn't miss out on much, but no, I did my share of hard work in medicine too.
yeah. That makes sense. And then, as we are in the early schools of medical life, so we kind of prioritize certain things, and then we kind of don't prioritize certain things. And then, as we go on, we kind of realize that those things were not as important as we thought of them. So, what were some of the things that you gave a lot of importance to, and then later in life you realize that these things were not as important?
Honestly, there's not much that I look back and feel like I shouldn't have done this. I'm really happy on all the medicine life, the 5 6 years that I've spent in medicine. We talk about this quite a lot, me and my friends, and I don't think there are um, much things that I would change. Honestly, there isn't anything that I would change at all about my 5 years or 6 years that I've spent in medical college.
Yeah, but then again, we kind of give importance to certain things initially,
Like,
and then
for
later on.
example, what would that be in your case?
In my case, it would have been like I didn't prioritize my academics that much, or I wasn't. Yeah, so that has to be one thing. I used to do things out of the studies, and that was something that was like my personal experience, as opposed to that
Mind
other
you,
people.
you still have another year or 2 years in front of you, so you can change that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like in fourth year, final year, I have tried to like shift my priorities a little bit. Not that I totally close the chapter, but like I focus on the research and then academics part as well. So people have different perspectives
Mhm.
about this, and people go through different experiences. Some people kind of focus on the academics in the initial years. Some people focus on other things, and then later in life you realize that it was just for nothing. So people have different experiences. Anyways,
Right, right.
people want to hear your advice. For example, if somebody gets into medical school who is in first year or second year, what generally do you advise them?
I would honestly tell him like not to lose yourself to medicine because this is not a field that pays off really well, especially in the beginning of years, as people do think it does. You wouldn't see the beauty of it until quite late, which I hope you do though, because it is really a good field.
Hmm.
But as much as I urge on not losing yourself to the person that you are, I also advise students to work hard because ultimately your goal is to become a good doctor,
Yeah.
right? It's not to become a good artist or like the artist and all of those things that comes hand in hand with everything.
Hmm.
You are in medical school, so your first priority should be to become a doctor ultimately.
Hmm.
I mean, a lot of people, there is kind of a hard pill to swallow, A lot of people, especially those who are indulged in art, they do not think of it as a really big thing. But I do think that hard work is necessary in this field, because once you get out of med school, you see that the path is not linear as it is till house job. It's really curvy. There's going to be a lot of trajectories and a lot of things that are going to put you off the path that you've been following for the 6, 7 years, which was really linear for you.
Hmm.
Right then, will you realize that, oh, I now need to start studying really hard. So instead of, going all out after the 5 years, you can start studying little bits of it right now and make yourself up.
Yeah, as you said that the journey is not linear. How was it
No, it's
not
not.
linear for you? What were some of the things that you recently
Um,
faced after the house job, which made you feel
it's
like,
it's really relative. I mean, it's really relative to for everybody. I mean, if I tell you my stories, you're gonna be like, "Oh, however, you have like everything you need, and you need to have like 4 or 5 months, and then you'll be good to go." But it's always really relative for a person. Like your circumstances will be really different to mine. So the first thing is that you should not be comparing things from you should not be comparing yourself to myself. I mean, I have juniors who have a lot of publications, a lot of everything. I have more. I have a degree. I have other things on the side that make my CV up, right? So the first thing is you should not be comparing yourself to people. Other than that, what I want to talk about generally is that after house job, there is no curriculum to follow. It's just you have to reach out to universities, you have to reach out for jobs, to hospitals to hire you. And most of those times, they're not going to hire you. Like you do have to speak out. You do have to, reach out to authorities and big people to get that job. So one that is that the case, and then there are exams which sometimes have a really good standard, which is board exams, and then Pakistani exams, which might not have a really good curriculum sometimes. Sometimes I do not want to get rude.
yeah, so it's better. Okay, so
That was a
yeah,
joke. I mean, but sure,
I get that. I get that.
sure you
Also,
do.
yeah. Also, tell us a little bit about people are generally very curious about your personality online and then the person you are in your real life, right? I personally want to know what is your personality type.
I did take the personality test, I think 4 times, and it changed every year to my med school. I'm
Oh,
not sure if it was beginning in the beginning, but I think it was ISFPT or INFPT, something like that. And then it changed to ESFPT. So it changed quite a lot. I'm not sure what it is right now.
and do you believe in that?
Honestly, I haven't looked much into it. I wouldn't lie.
Okay, so you haven't looked much into it. Speaking about the friendships, we have I see you have a couple of friends who are very close to you. How do you see generally
Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
friendships in general
I
and
think
then
it's a really beautiful thing.
specifically in medicine?
Please repeat that question again.
I'm saying that how do you see friendships in general and then specifically in medical school?
I think in medical school, I think you really need a good friend or good friends when it comes to medical school, because there's going to be circumstances when you're going to be broken to your, like you're going to be really vulnerable.
Hmm.
And I had like really good friends. Alhamdulillah, the person I am right now, I owe it big time to all of my friends. So I think you really need some really good friends, and you're going to be really lucky. Sometimes people might not find that, uh, but all in all, it comes to down to rizq, right? Sometimes rizq can be in the form of love, it can be in the form of friendships, it can just not be only food or money when you talk about rizq. It might not be for you, it might not be written for you, but you can always pray that you find a good partner, which would be like the best of both worlds, right? But if not that, then good friends, somebody who you can speak to when you're not feeling good.
Yeah, and how has your friends changed you? If you look back at your life,
I
what are some of
think
the
the
things that you
question
have
is
taken from them?
I think the question might be how is it that they might not have changed me? There's that quote that you might have read about,
Yeah,
that everybody is a mosaic of the people that they have met over their life, and I think that applies to me quite a lot. That I am just a mosaic of everybody that I've met over my life.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that? Being a mosaic of all the people you have met.
I love it. Like I keep talking about my friends a lot, especially Josefa. Like every person I meet, they might know about him, although they might not have met him. But the reason is that I talk about my friends a lot is because you cannot know me until you know the people that I have met and the friends that I have. If you know them, you will be fully able to know me. That's my philosophy in life, honestly.
Yeah, but how do you then, kind of separate yourself from the people you have met? Because when you are constantly, taking things from different people in terms of the energies,
That's
how
the
do you
thing. You
maintain
have
your
to evolve.
individuality?
Oh no, I think you take the good things from people and you leave the bad things. So when that happens, you can picture yourself like a vessel, and you're putting the good things in, and the bad things are pouring out of you.
But then how do you know if this is
There
a
is a
good thing or a
quote.
bad thing? Because when you are with a person, you have to absorb all of their energy. Then how do you differentiate what is to be taken and what is to be left behind?
I'm not sure, but I think you just need to have a sense of self. You have to have a few moral values and the core values that you have to follow in your life.
Hmm. Understand that. And generally, what kind of friend you are? What kind of like if I want to be your friend, what are some of the values? What are some of the things that you see in other person, and then you kind of get attracted towards?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Like, uh, I just vibe with the person, and we just start talking. I'd be friends with anybody, honestly. I can't answer how a friend what kind of friend I am. I don't think I'm a good friend. My friends are really good friends, I would say.
And why do you say
But the
that?
things that I look for,
What makes you say
because
that
they're
you're not
really
a good
good
friend?
friends.
And what
I
makes
mean,
you say
they've
that you're
changed me like really good ways. And I'm not sure if I ever had that effect on them, and I might have had that effect on them, and I might be overthinking about that. But I feel like, yeah, they're like really good friends, and Alhamdulillah, I might not even ask for better friends than them.
that makes sense? And do you believe that we meet people, by chance, or is it there, or there is some deeper meaning in we meeting certain people in our lives?
I think it has a deeper meaning in meeting everybody that you meet throughout your day, and it's fate and it's written for you. I mean, the wind that I'm getting from this AC right now, it's been written for me. It's fate that I had to get this. This was not written for anybody else. And these people that I have made such deeper connections with, they were written for me. It was like it had a deeper meaning. I might not even understand the people that I hate that I have met over time, but that has a deeper meaning. And I do believe that, Alhamdulillah. I know that everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. I get that. Now, you speak about nostalgia as well. When you look back at those years,
Oh, I do.
you're like, something is left behind, and how do I kind of, you know, get it back? And you feel this ache in your heart. How do you feel about that?
I think it's a beautiful feeling. I've been thinking about it for a year now. And it's
Mm,
not like I do want to go back. I just like thinking about the time that we have had with back then. And it's not like I just want to go back. I want to make more memories. My nostalgia isn't aching me to go back in time. It's just I want to have more memories with these people that I have met over time.
so just acknowledging what has left behind and what
Yeah,
is to come. So you are
yeah,
going
because I
into.
think that even in Islam, you should not regret on the things that you have done. You
Mm,
should do something and you should move on. It's one of the things that Islam teaches us, right?
yeah,
So if you look at things from that perspective, to nostalgia from that perspective, and if you're aching over the things that you have done, and you're just missing it so much that you're kind of losing the present for it, I don't think that is a good thing, is it?
yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, like you have to hold on to the memories, but then you have to have
Yeah,
willingness to go forward with the same intensity as well.
yeah. I mean, you can look back at the bad things that you've done, and you should learn from them. But what has happened has happened. That's why I don't want to change anything about my past, about the 6, 7 years that you've asked about from me.
But there's this willingness to go forward as well. You're like, something is coming, let's
Yeah,
go.
definitely. You definitely like you have to go forward. There's no other way.
How do you maintain yourself on your hard days? Because we often go through hard days. People go through hard days. When hard days come,
I fill up my schedule, honestly. I just fill up my schedule.
okay,
Camp back in.
you organize your whole month and then it seems to work, right?
Sorry, come again?
What do you mean by that? You fill up your
I
schedule?
mean, it was just a joke. It was just a light joke that
Okay,
I don't even leave time for a breakdown. I
okay,
mean, it's
okay.
medicine. Come on.
Yeah, but then again, there has to be a way that you kind of help yourself get out of the hard time.
I think maybe I just reach out to my friends.
Hmm.
I think that's the only way that yeah. Whenever I used to feel down back in med school, I used to call Joseph and I used to go to his home, and we used to stay up till 2. He wouldn't say anything. I would just be on my phone. I would go into his kitchen. I would just make chai at like 2 a.m. We'd have it with some jam and toast or some chicken spread. Watch it anime, and yeah, that would make me feel really good.
Yeah. Where
That
does
was my
this,
charge of.
yeah, somebody asked me to ask you that where does this art come from inside you? Like, how do you create and how do you consume and then
The
how do you
better
let it out?
question, the better question would be how did I used to do it? Because it's been quite a while since I've painted anything, honestly,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure where did it come from. Like I look at the things that I used to write, and I'm kind of amazed at what I was writing on my good days. I was looking at my notepad the other day, and I was surprised if I had written something that good or no.
Yeah.
So even I'm not sure where it comes from, honestly.
It must come from somewhere. Like either you consume or you
Yeah,
just it must come from
God
somewhere.
knows where it comes from, honestly. Yeah, I mean, of course, it must have come from somewhere.
Yeah. I want you to tell us some of the books that you have read, some of your favorite
I
books.
think some really good books that I always talk about is The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yes.
And that's my number one. The time that I read it back in second year, it was a really important time in my life because some really good friends of mine, they were graduating, so I could feel whatever Charlie was going through, right? Which is the
Mm,
protagonist in the story.
yes.
There's another book that I suggest quite a lot, which is called This Is Going to Hurt. It's written by Dr. Adam Kay, which is kind of a autobiography. But the good thing about it is that he started it from when he is an intern, an FY1 or a house officer, right?
Hmm.
And he's kept that journal till he becomes a consultant. So it's really, really good. Like I urge everybody to read it, especially after fourth year, because I keep saying fourth year because it's about he's a gynecologist, Dr. Adam Kay.
Hmm.
So he keeps talking about obstetric and gynecology sometimes.
Hmm.
So I think you can feel the zest and the beauty of that book after you've been through obs and gynae. Well, the book is really good for me. I think Gone Girl is really good book, a really good book too, by Gillian Flynch.
Yes. A murder mystery.
There's nothing else on the top. Oh, I love it. I didn't watch never watched the movie, but the book is really good.
Hmm. Any movies that you have watched previously or some or a movie that has had an impact on your life?
Oh, there's a movie called since we're on the topic of Friends, um, The Banshees of Inisherin. That's a really good movie.
Which movie? Sorry, The Bench.
And type in the comments The
Yeah, yeah.
Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay.
It has Colin Farrell in it, and it's a really good movie.
Hmm.
It's gonna make you cry. I mean,
Okay.
if you
We are not in the mood to cry, but
shut it. It's a really good movie.
we can start.
There's another movie called Everything Everywhere All at Once. That's a really good movie. Um, I do watch quite a lot of movies. I always talk about good movies. A
Anime as
ghost
well.
story is a really. Oh yeah, anime as well. I've been watching. I've been on 5 animes concurrently right now, and one comes on Saturday, one comes on I think Tuesdays, and then there's one that comes out on Wednesdays. So like I'm all booked for the week.
And how do you like keep yourself busy these days now when you don't have college and hospital and stuff?
Oh, I don't have college, but so my routine for the day is I wake up in the morning. I go to the library at around 9:30 or 10. I come back home at 2 or 2:30. I go to the gym at 3:30 or 4. I come back at 4:30 or around 5. I eat lunch. I sleep for 20 minutes. I go back to the library. I come back home at around 12. I eat and I go back to sleep, and it repeats.
So it's like proper nerd,
Yeah,
study
it's like,
oriented.
as I told, it's jam packed these days.
Yeah. But then you must miss the college wala friendships and all of that happening
Honestly,
life.
even in university in college when I used to have exams, this used to be my routine. I used to go to the library early morning. I used to stay there till Zohar. Then I would have my lunch. Then I would go to the gym. Then I would go back sleep for 30 minutes. Then I would come back to the library till 12, and I would repeat this.
Okay, so this was like your whole thing from the beginning.
Yeah, this was my thing. Just when we would go out for lunch or for dinner, we used to laugh quite a lot. We used to make jokes, and it would reset us. So it was a really good thing to have friends with you when you used to study.
Okay, that makes sense. What else? What else can we speak about?
Sir, you throw me a question. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, because I just want to get to know you more. Tell us something that people
Honestly,
don't know
teaching.
about you.
I think teaching is something that we can talk about. Teaching is a really good profession.
Okay, you have recently gotten
Yeah,
into the teaching as well. How do you feel about
yeah.
that?
I've been teaching for about a year now, right? And I've had some. I teach community medicine, which is a subject that I know most of medical students do not even give a crap about. I know that because I used to be a student too. And honestly, I did study community medicine myself. I read the whole thing. I got one of the best scores in. I mean, not the best score, but one of the best scores in the class in my final theory exam. But now that I'm teaching it, it's really fun. I think our teachers, they did not put much effort into it, except for a few. There were some good teachers in my university, and they inspired me to be good doctors. But when I take a class, I put quizzes in it, I put games in it. I I try to make it as engaging as possible, and it's actually fun. I have students who message me all the time. Like I had two batches which I took them for the community visits, and they loved it quite a lot. And I know they loved it because not just because they used to keep telling me, but I can feel that they even did good in their exams too because of that. And yeah, there are some students who, they're not in the good best of their behaviors, but it's a really fun experience to teach because I love teaching. And I think every medical student after they graduate, they get a degree MBBS and they have an intern period while they're applying for board exams or they're taking any exams or applying for jobs. They should get a teaching job. It looks really good on your CV too, and it's a really good experience.
And for how long do you plan on, continuing teaching?
I'm not sure honestly. I'm not sure. कब तक मेरा रिजल्ट लिखा है, so we'll see about that.
Yes. All right, all right, all right. What else? Because I am just blank now.
Right.
You can ask me some questions now, so I can answer you.
Sure. How? I mean, I have seen quite a lot of rivalry, or there used to be quite a lot of rivalry between came sites and aim sites. What do you think about the whole thing?
I do not think about anything. Like I think
Right.
it's just a
That's a
very
really good
immature.
way to dodge a question.
Yeah, I would say it's a very immature thing to uh, compare these two colleges. Personally, I have been in IU for the past 30 days. I love the campus. I love the
Yeah,
fact
that's
that
why
the
I
hostel.
asked you the question because if you were gonna say anything bad about us, I would have asked my juniors to ban you from the hostel. That is why I put the
No,
question
there are
forward.
there are bad things as well. But what I loved about Ayub is the fact that the hostel, the campus, and the hospital they are very close. You can just go around
Yeah,
to three of the places at any time. I love the weather over there, the cats
keep the bad
specifically.
things to yourself.
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. But like there are good things and bad things. But if I could go back and if I could choose between KMC and AMC, I would still choose KMC.
Yeah, keep saying that, bro. I mean, I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. I'm joking.
Somebody asked me
I mean,
to,
even I might have chosen KMC. I didn't know that I would have a good life in AMC. Of course, that's a rational decision.
but then again, like no offense, like Uh,
Yeah, I'm honest about that. If I could not get an admission in KMC, right? That's why I chose AMC. That's the crux of the story.
yeah,
So if I had to go back and I could get a KMC, I would have gotten KMC. I just did not know that I would fall in love with this place so much.
probably. Like most of them would do this thing because this is this maybe the probable and most rational decision. Anyways, people want to
No,
know
this is a
about
rational decision. You have to.
choose what's best for
Sorry.
you, right? People want to know about your lab journey as well. If you want to talk about that area.
Yeah, sure. I took my PLAB one in the end of my house job.
Hmm.
It was what month was it? I think it was May 23 when I did that, and I got an early seat because right after my final year, I took my IELTS exam because a senior of mine told me just take it and you'll pass, and I did it. I studied for like 2 or 3 weeks. I passed my IELTS exam. Then the seats were announced. I booked my seats. I took my exam. Then I took my PLAB 2 in when was it? I think it was October. No, it was October 17. Yeah, that is what it was. Or October 27. I'm not sure. Alhamdulillah, I passed. Then I stayed till January, and then I came back.
Okay. All right. What do are there any extra details that people would want to know about? Because I don't know a lot about this pathway, right? If there's anything in
Honestly,
particular,
no, but I'm not sure if students should take this journey anymore because they have changed quite a lot of rules for IMGs and everything. So I'm not sure if it's that worth it right now. I mean, these days, a lot of people are getting matched in US because the research is quite in a lot of medical colleges. They're being taught by the fellow students. It is really easy to learn research, right? And research is one of the biggest things that they look at on your CV. So I think if you build a good CV, gonna build a really good portfolio for your board exams and for your match or anything, any residency abroad, you should be able to get it.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but the crux is that the UK is like getting really saturated these days. So I mean, I would think twice before I take this exam again.
Okay, I get that. Generally, if you could go back and if you could give an advice to Khubaib, what would that advice be?
Uh, I would just say work hard, honestly.
But that is what you have been doing
Probably even, huh? Sorry?
because that is what you have been doing. Like you have been working hard. Is there something else that you would
Yeah,
tell
I've
us?
been working hard. Maybe believe in myself more because I never believed in myself a lot. A lot of other people did. My friends believed in me, and that was really good. So I would believe in myself more because I think that I was capable of more than I gave credit to myself.
I understand that. I will take that advice, and I hope people can benefit from this conversation that we just had right now.
Please do,
Khubaib,
yeah.
thank you so much for taking out time and for having this
Jazakallah
conversation with
Azam.
me.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you so
Jazakallah.
much. Chale, Allah says, Allah
All
says,
right.
Allah says.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.